This podcast is brought to you by Sri Kandi Associates.
Looking for your first matrimonial house? Planning to upgrade? Look no further.
For your property matters, contact Sri Kandi Associates at 87883559.
And follow them on Instagram at srikandi.associates.
Sri Kandi, selling solutions, not promises. Hey, welcome back to another episode of OUTSIDEIN.
Your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go.
Apa tu korang?
Sorry, actually benda ni ada bunyi lah. Tapi
Yeah. So yes, as you can see, we have two of our very good friends with us today. Sudah tu Hairi, sudah.
We'd like to introduce you guys, our good friends, Satina and Hairi.
hello. Kita ayah number one.
Ya Allah, cute ya.
Dia cakap we're number one is actually korang. You're number one. Not us.
We're so touched.
Number one. Number one.
Yes.
Wow,
That's what we prepared for you guys lah. And that's pretty much it. But
Wow, sanggup
Number
korang,
one.
Masya Allah.
Wow, Masya Allah.
Where do you get that?
Shopee,
No,
not a sponsor. But
But the thing is, when did you guys put it there? Kita tak perasan. Kita cuma dengar macam plastic bag. Bila masa ada plastic bag? Saya daripada mana dia keluar Doraemon kot?
Wow.
semua dah siap ya.
Masya Allah.
Whoa. Okay. So
Pleasure to be here guys. Pleasure to be here.
So okay, fun fact. If you guys haven't known yet through our interactions through our social media, me and Satina are best friends. Yeah.
Certified bestie as of recent. We just had that conversation.
Yeah. Kita macam okay let's solidify this friendship. Let's make it official.
Officially macam, will you be my best friend gitu?
It was more like, babe, I think you're my best friend. And since then,
Feelings are mutual. Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
Sweet kan?
Alhamdulillah.
So today we have Satina and Hairi.
Yeah.
Ada reason why they are here, right? It's because of 1, 2, 3.
Sarang
We tried.
Boleh lah. Empat-empat ni musicians kot. Tapi tak boleh nak harmonize.
Pasal kenapa tak ada orang kasih key?
Betul.
Semua masuk kunci lain.
Okay, one more time.
What's the key? Sarangsayang.com. Boleh?
Damn.
Boleh.
Okay, one.
Tak ada bunyi.
Sarangsayang. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Sarangsayang.com. Okay, something.
Not. Okay, you got that. Okay, so sarang sayang ni is okay. Why not we let them introduce their own baby lah?
Yeah.
Silakan.
So Sarang Sayang was actually started in February 2024. What it basically is, it's a platform for anyone who's planning to get married. So basically we have over 300 vendors that are already on that platform.
300 already, and you
Yeah,
just started
300.
February.
Yeah, it's been
Wow.
about 3 months, I think. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, really. And other than discovering new or old vendors, there's also a segment where they can plan for their wedding, like their guest list, like budgeting and all that as well. So yeah, that's basically what Sarang Sayang
Budgeting is very important for me, so it's good to know that the element is there lah in the website.
Actually, fun fact, like when we were planning for our own wedding, the first person that I sought out advice or any kind of like spreadsheet was you. You were the one who shared with me first. So yeah.
Thank
I think the most interesting fact about it is that now is that we actually explore your page kan, your sarangsayang.com.
Oh, buat research lah
Yeah, of course. Mesti buat research. So
Number one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the element behind the whole website, that budgeting friendly punya options and all that. And that time also when you showed us the whole interface kan, it was really something yang we realized that if we had that when we were getting married, it would have saved us a lot of trouble.
Yes,
Yeah.
because what happened to us or what we had to do was we literally macam kita tak tahu any vendors macam photographer ke bridal ke macam of our own. So what we had to do is either we just search dekat photography, wedding photography, then apa-apa yang keluar kita just okay, let's check this out.
Yeah.
Or it's like by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Or like those popular ones, of course kita tahu lah. Tapi
You ask me who I was like, you search yourself lah.
Faham.
Pasal kita lelaki kan, kita macam to us, pasal tak apalah, asalkan you bahagia.
Yes.
Kan? Last?
Number one.
Yeah, so alhamdulillah for that, because when we created that as well, the reason why we created it was because we wanted it to be easier for people to find wedding vendors and all that. I guess it's a good thing that you guys said that, because when we created Sayang Sayang, that was kind of the vision lah. We wanted it to be easier for people to find vendors and all that. Whether it's a more famous vendor, whether it's the ones that are just up and coming. That's the reason why we created this platform lah.
So maybe you can share with us a little bit of the whole process, because we know creating a website is not easy.
Yeah.
And because maybe you can share a bit of your background individually first before we delve into how you come up with the whole website as it is. Maybe you want to start.
I during secondary school, like I've been into like macam media, and like macam like CCA punya choices were not so many, so I thought like the coolest one is IT, and then IT tu pula dia mix dengan AV, so dia AV IT, so terpaksa nak kena terjebak dengan audio, and that was my introduction to audio. So
Blessing in disguise.
so the IT part macam dorang will ask us to use Photoshop, atau will ask us to use, at that point was this software called Dreamweaver. And Dreamweaver,
oh my god, I used that before.
Kan?
Yes.
Yeah, Dreamweaver old school, like dorang it's like a I guess like a easy way to macam create websites, macam it's like drag and drop. So it was my first exposure to websites, and at that point also macam I really wanted to be different lah. I think growing up I really wanted to be different, while like my other friends were into macam bola. Yeah.
So
but
that was me. I'm the bola.
Sudah typical lah. Secara typical lah balik.
But I guess growing up macam being different is not good. In my experience lah. Macam the lack of friends, or like it was tough. But whatever that I love to do, whatever I love doing, macam I carried on doing, and then from audio into like macam and still wanting to be in the media industry, macam I started to learn more about making websites, and from there was an idea to macam
create something.
Yeah. Macam mana cakap?
Yeah, so I guess macam in a way, okay, just a quick touch and go. Hairi said he wanted to find something, a way to be different, right? For me, it was more like I wanted to find a way to fit in. Like I wanted to be normal. I wanted to be like everyone else. I wanted to be what other people thought was beautiful or like was cool, you know? Yeah, it's just, I guess, different backgrounds. But for some reason, we still vibe. Okay, but that aside. The website, I guess, a bit of a background in terms of how Sayang Sayang happened. Like, the website took 15 different versions for it to be completed. I guess it took about close to half a year of
R&D. Is it?
Yeah, R&D, the interfacing. We really wanted it to be as user-friendly as possible. And on top of that also, before we even launched the website, we had to find the vendors. So we understood the challenge of looking for vendors. Other than the big names, we also wanted a platform where the small names also can be exposed. So we really, on our website, I think we have about 8 categories.
Yeah.
Whether it's bridals, whether it's venues, whether it's photo, video. We took, while he was working on creating the website, I was working on looking for the vendors. So even before we launched, we had to reach out to them. We had to just ask them if they are on board, they want to claim their profile and all that. On top of that also, so he handles more of like the IT side. Whatever you see in terms of the website, it's all him. I tried to code. I got so angry. I'm so impatient. I cannot do it. And he coded everything from scratch. That's crazy.
Wow.
I think what's cool is that like our collaboration is macam kita pun nak kahwin apa. So macam
InsyaAllah.
Yeah, insyaAllah. And like macam we want to make something yang if it's easy to us, then insyaAllah it's easy for other people.
Right.
So we started from I think more than 8 categories. Macam like other than like there was MCs, maybe there's like berkat and
Catering.
yeah, so we don't want it to be macam complicated because I think wedding is such a complicated
It could be a
yeah,
very
yeah.
process.
So I think that's how we approach Sarang Sayang. Macam with the planning side also, actually ada banyak lagi benda yang macam kalau there was when we were creating the website, we took some references macam like okay, how do people plan their wedding? So there's like we saw some Excel sheets and it's very complex. It's very macam dorang care about like satu table siapa duduk sini and I think that's cool, but I think for us kita macam nak
That first level planning.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, because if not macam the whole process is like very
Too
intimidating.
Intimidating, that's the word.
intimidating, yeah.
Intimidating.
Yeah, so as much as possible we wanted to make it like the least intimidating as possible.
Yeah. Because
Yeah. I mean, we can say for ourselves, we cannot say for everyone, but for ourselves also, we feel like our wedding planning was one of the most stressful periods lah.
Yeah.
That's when macam kita, because it's our wedding, but then people are involved as well, like their opinions, like they want to gift you this, gift you that, and then there's so many things that your mind is overwhelmed.
Correct.
And then on top of that, you're stressed out about saving up, like your budget.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of macam deadlines. Okay, by this time nak kena beli hantaran, by this time nak kena beli cincin, and it's a lot lah. So I feel like Sarang Sayang ni really helps you in planning your wedding, and it simplifies a lot of things.
I think I want to add also, like when it comes to choosing of vendors. Okay, what I did back then also was I Google searched the vendors. Like for example, then there was one blog about wedding venues, wedding. So
Which probably is still around still.
yeah, but at that point in time when I was reading it, it was outdated. In the sense that I was looking, ni company masih ada ke tidak, then I searched, then I have to like cross reference. So it took me a lot of macam like open tab. So it was very cluttered already my screen. But and then end of the day, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave this to Farah. Let her decide on what she wants. And then true enough, she went through, because she's very meticulous in her search of wedding vendors. And then she's also meticulous in the terms of finances as well. And I feel that whole step, if she wasn't a person of such meticulousness, it would have been a very big mess for us to cross that bridge. Kan? But when I looked at your website, it was superb.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Like just okay, what you looking for? This whole list of vendors are there. Okay, what are the names that you know? What are the names that is maybe on the super vendor list and things like that. So it's like, wow, this is really all in one, and you don't really have to open so many tabs after that. Just click back, if you just want to see.
And then okay, so as for example, like kalau I'm a new user, what can I expect from the logging in process to everything? Is it like, how is it like?
What a great question. Okay, so when you log in for the first time, okay, speaking about logging in, just a quick story. We have a lot of stories lah as we go into this, but as you create an account, there will be a captcha, to verify that you're a human. So that was implemented after the website has launched and everything, and it is because the website got hacked before.
Oh my
Okay, so just
gosh.
fun fact. A few weeks into the website creation, no privacy, no nothing has been leaked or whatever. It's just that someone from Turkey or something like that tried to get into the website, tried to create at least like 4,000 accounts.
So I think it was like 8:30 in the morning.
8:30 in the morning, yeah.
And then I got a call. I baru bangun, just got a call. And
baru nak tidur, I think. I don't know. Okay. And so I called him, and then I was like, he didn't answer at first. I was like, okay. I messaged him. I said, answer now, urgent. So we saw that like
4,000.
Yeah, and under the name, right, it was like get your 4,000 Turkish dirham, something like that. I don't know.
So when this happens kan, dia macam the traffic gets very like clogged up, that the whole website kena shut down.
The website was
so
crazy.
that was the attempt lah. Macam they
crash your website.
macam buat banyak account so that like the website akan crash.
Yeah.
This was how long after you like launched?
Maybe, I don't even think it's a month. Maybe it's like 3 weeks into launching. But thankfully, because we needed a user to verify by clicking a link in their
captcha.
email, not even the captcha yet. So they have to verify they are a real account by clicking the
Activation link.
sent to the email, right? then they can go in. Thankfully, because they're most likely all bots, the 4,000, they're all bots, they didn't manage to go in. So Hairi can delete all the accounts. We can pause the website for a while. We posted on IG saying, hey, technical, we are fixing, we're upgrading our website. But actually we were like stressing out lah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and mind you, like it's only Hairi and I running Sarang Sayang, you know. It may look like there's a whole team, maybe someone in charge of marketing, sales, someone in charge of like sending out emails.
You guys are wearing a lot of hats lah.
Yeah, so it's really just the both of us. But yes, okay, so once you log in after clicking the capture, sorry about that, you have two choices, whether you want to discover or you want to plan.
Right.
So discover is where you can see the different categories for the vendors, and then plan is of course where you can go into the details of planning the wedding lah. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. It's very, very simple interface to use. Some of them don't have their packages. Actually, most of them don't. And we wanted it to be compulsory at first because we wanted our users to know the price, you know.
Yeah.
But we also have to respect the vendors in a way where dorang pun have their own sales tactics. They
Maybe
have
they
their
want to
ways.
have a personal touch with the clients.
Yeah, correct. So we didn't make it compulsory. At the end of the day, they can always click chat now, and then if they already claim their profile, they can most likely reply to you. But if they didn't claim their profile, if they don't have that blue tick, then it means that they have not claimed, and you have to wait for their response lah. We're still trying to get more vendors in. Still up to today, we're still trying to get more and more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you guys are wondering, as a user standpoint, macam when you guys create an account and using the plan function and discovering all the vendors, and if you guys are wondering at which point nak kena bayar, it's free. It's 100% free.
Tak payah bayar.
Tak ada suara. Tak ada suara.
Benda ni laku one time je. The moment dia make noise, dia dah tak boleh.
One time user.
One take wonder.
Nasib baik kita ada bayar. No lah, but that aside.
But it's free, guys.
Yeah, it's free.
No,
It's
no
free for
hassle.
the users to create an account.
Yeah.
and
Even for the vendors who just want to be listed on the website, shout out lah, we don't know who's listening. But
Yeah.
let's say if the vendor want to come on to the website, it's completely free. And then if you want to upgrade, of course, we have our packages as well.
Nice.
But for user standpoint, free.
Yeah, right. So it's really, this website is really built in mind to really help those who are
Yes.
wanting to
Get
plan
married,
their wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, I guess this is one of the most important parts which I did not mention, but it is a Malay wedding platform.
Right.
So it's only Malay wedding vendors. I think we have other websites like directories and all that cater to everyone and all that. But kita really wanted to make it very by the people, for the people. So it's just a Malay wedding directory lah.
Nice.
Yeah. So if let's say siapa-siapa yang tengah mendengar ni, if you are a Malay wedding vendor, be it Pak Andam, Mak Andam,
Yeah.
MC,
Every category.
everything
venue,
catering. So
decor.
if you cannot find your profile on Sarang Sayang, go and DM them.
Yes.
Say I want my profile listed on
Yes.
Sarang Sayang.
Thank you guys.
right.
Thank you. I also wanted to bring out the point where Farah was talking about so much stress, right? Like while working, while planning their wedding and all that. So I guess our website is one element of Sarang Sayang. The other element is all the videos that we post
Yes.
out.
Right.
Like social media, we understand the importance of social media, of TikTok, of Instagram. We're not on Facebook, but we're on TikTok and Instagram. If you guys see our content, it's a lot of wacky things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, whether it's skits, whether it's interviews, like we've done it. We've done a lot lah. And it's also because we know how stressful it is to plan a wedding. So we want to keep people entertained. We want to keep people like a little bit more like lighthearted.
Lightheartedness,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why there's like a mix of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you guys see Sarang Sayang punya videos kan, it's so creative and it's so out of the box. Like I keep telling her and Hairi, like you guys punya creativity kan is like number one. Bro.
You guys
Okay, so
number one.
kita
Dia
semua
number
lah.
one.
Kita semua.
Dia number one.
Because we being like macam podcasters / content creators also, right? We understand the macam kalau what do you call that, like a brain clock macam
Writer's block.
creators block. Yeah, so for you guys to and you also do videos for vendors, right?
correct.
Yeah, and the thing about them is that each vendor, right, they don't do the same things. They don't do the same kind of videos. They will actually take into consideration what are your strengths. Like for example, macam Pak Andam ke macam photography, right? You did with
AEF. Yeah, shout out AEF weddings.
Yeah, so they come up with all these marketing strategies for you to
Correct.
help the vendor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one video is going to be the same
Yeah.
because we feel like, sorry, I berbual banyak.
No.
But yes, like we feel like if people want to see their works, they can just go to their social media. They can just or go to their website. They can see. But what we aim to do when we do videos with these vendors is to show what these vendors are about. To understand their character, to see whether I think I can vibe with this vendor. I want to engage them.
That is one of the most important things, because you want to work with somebody that you can vibe with.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's just the showcase. We don't know their characters. So
Which is
like okay, we've worked with Shara AEF, right? And the people that we will be working with, I think in this time frame is this whole concept, I think, is like a fairly new idea to the industry.
Yeah, to the wedding industry.
So the people that have agreed to come on board with us, right, they are the most open-minded people.
Correct.
And I believe that they will be great choices for your wedding. Sebab macam, like I think the new generation is more like they want like a slightly different approach to their wedding. So I guess keep an eye out for the vendors that we have, that we have on board, because they are super cool people. The fact that they want to be on board, to do like wacky videos, to do games with us, that means that they are really, really open. So that's pretty cool lah.
I think,
nice point.
I think it's something that that is really not really mentioned much about this vibe thing that we want to share also, because I think when we got married as well, we didn't know how it was like. How the videographer is going to be like, how
we didn't have that.
We didn't have that opportunity to.
It's like macam when we were making our choices, we were basing it off their portfolio. We didn't know how they were as a person, how we could vibe. So macam kita dah meet and then we will know.
True.
But alhamdulillah, the people that we chose, alhamdulillah, the vibes were there.
Nice.
Tu rezeki lah. But I mean, we've seen many different stories and whatnot, experiences. Everyone has different experiences. Maybe mungkin that day, the person that's doing for your makeup couple not having a good day, then you cannot really vibe. So it depends on rezeki juga, kan? But at the same time, this Sayang platform, this audio video that you've done for your, especially EF weddings, the one that we saw, it's quirky, it's funny, and it's the whole creativity behind that, and it offers them a chance for them to show their potential clients that hey guys, this is what you're gonna be able to be working with.
Exactly.
And it's and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not trying to angkat you guys. Okay, I'm just
not because we are friends for years.
That's number one.
I'm saying this based on really what I'm seeing that we have done our research. Is that there are so far the vendors that does videos for example, for the clients and for the couples, like what she said, it's all portfolio, but we don't know who's behind the cameras. We don't know who's behind the whole setup of the wedding. So this is where you guys are, the bridge between the clients and the vendors.
I just want to shout out to Wolfpack real quick, because I think they just started a podcast also, right? Something like An Hour with Wolves, which I thought was a great direction into understanding more about the wedding industry and understanding more about who they are, right? Because they are sharing their experiences and all that. So it's kind of like that. And I feel like not a lot of wedding vendors are focusing on that. They're focusing on their work, which they should. Then leave the marketing or leave the advertising to us lah. So that's the approach. I guess sayang in a way nak help the Malay wedding industry, not just for the users, not just for those getting married, but also those who are in the industry, the vendors and all that.
Siapa kalau kita tolong kita lah kan. Pasal kita ni this Malay community, kita kena sama-sama, kita kena bangkit.
Wow, I love it.
Tumpah kamera.
So guys, keep a lookout on your socials, and please do also visit them on www.sarangsayang.com.
Wow, nice. No wait.
Okay, so sekarang kita nak kenal Satina dengan Hairi pula.
Ya Allah.
If that is not a description as to how our relationship is,
so of course lah, I'm your friend. I know lah. But
I also want to answer, man. I'm also your brother, right?
Yeah. More than brothers. You're number one.
Love. Yes.
So
and we've been friends for 10 years. Farah and I have been friends for like 10 years. I don't know. Should I look at the camera? Keep looking at the camera.
You can look at me.
For me pula, I know of Hairi since 2 years ago.
Yes.
For 2 years ago, and walaupun we meet when we are with Satina also kan. So it's like each time we meet, we get closer.
Yeah.
And it's like this bond that we have. These four of us, you know, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna give a big backstory. Okay, whenever we meet, trust me, we don't live till it's subuh.
Yeah. Yeah, and like
Yeah.
a indicator right that we're still good friends right is Yan will always ask, korang tak nak tidur sini? Korang boleh tidur sini lah sampai besok.
Yeah, and
It's
for
so cute.
for those watching, if you guys are thinking that outside in maybe is a fake people, dorang in real life dorang tak macam gini. You guys have trust issues. You guys need to evaluate your whole life because dorang are the way they are.
If you think they're
100%
nice
real.
on camera, they are so nice.
Masya
Like
Allah.
behind the camera. So
For sure.
okay, wait. We have to say this before we get into our story.
Okay.
We during this entire process of creating Sarang Sayang, truly there was no one else that believed in Sarang Sayang as much as you guys believe in us.
Masya Allah.
Really. So a lot of the credit also goes to you guys because we needed that push. You know, we needed that support while we were struggling on our side as well. Like macam korang were always there and never fail to tell us how much you believe in us. So yeah. Love y'all.
Love you.
Sarangsayang.com.
Okay, we'll get it.
Okay, so
But yes.
I understand there's something that happened in your personal lives that led you eventually eventually led you to build Sarang Sayang.
Correct.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit of that story?
Hairi and I knew each other since 2019.
Hari okay tak?
Yeah, so- Wow. But yeah, so since 2019 we've been together since. So it's close to like 4 years, 5 years. And I guess during the 2-year, 3-year mark was when he proposed to me. And happiest day for now. And then I guess macam until today it's a bit hard to explain why things didn't work out back then.
Okay.
Macam it happened maybe within 2 to 3 months of being engaged, or maybe 3-4 months, I don't know, of being engaged. And then after that macam I guess things didn't work out and we learned a lot of things. Okay, one of the things that I learned was I'm an oversharer because the breakup was so public, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was so tough also because of the nature of his work and all that. Like it was hard to see him everywhere. You know, he was very chronically online lah. Like so was I.
Right,
so,
like
let's say
after the
everything.
breakup, you kept seeing him on social media.
Yeah, it's hard enough that macam, you know, I cannot forget him, but like online as well, social media as well. Like I kept seeing him everywhere lah. So it was a very, very, very hard breakup. I guess I think it is for you too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think at that point also, like there was really too much things that's happening at all at once, and macam I lost my dad not too long ago from then. Yeah, and there was a lot to process. Right?
And it wasn't
Yeah.
properly being processed, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, so everything was a blur. To be honest, if you want to recall anything from that breakup also, from 2 years ago, 1 year ago, macam it's also fuzzy. Like in all honesty, it's really, really all very fuzzy. A lot of friendships, you know, a lot of like, I don't know lah, but yeah. So since then, alhamdulillah, I don't know how, but at the moment where I was really, really ready to let go, and I guess macam even though dia dah like the engagement ended already, like I still haven't let go fully. But at the point where I felt like, you know what, I think this is it. Like I really, really like I need to go.
Patah hati ya.
Yeah. Was when I guess Hairi started going back. So I don't know, and I guess there was still that like hope for me. Because I macam in my life, I don't think I've ever met a partner who understands me in a way that like no one else has ever understood me. In a human form lah.
Yeah,
in a human form. And so macam it was very difficult. But for some reason macam we still talked within that like breakup period, which was for a few months. And then like for some reason we found our way back to each other, alhamdulillah. And then we were thinking about, okay, now what? You know, because we're not rushing anymore. Like we're not rushing to get married anymore. We don't want to put that stress on us from before. So we were thinking like, what's the next step? The idea of Sarang Sayang there were so many different business ideas. We knew that, you know what, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I want to create a name for myself. So did Hairi. So we were like, there were so many different ideas. Hairi wanted to sell shavers, guys.
Shavers.
Like shaver.
Yeah, like he wanted to create shavers, you know. Yeah, and while I guess I was like doing the maintain TikTok shop and all that.
Yeah.
We really wanted to create something for ourselves lah. And given that I've had a little bit of experience doing something for myself, Hairi also macam, you know what, I want to do that too. So we were literally like under my block just thinking about ideas. And eventually, Sarang Sayang was his idea. I'm going to give him credit because really it was his. And I
The
was
brilliant
like,
brain of
Yeah.
Hairi Eyes.
for sure. And the thing is that Hairi is a big dreamer. He has so many crazy ideas, which I love about him, to be honest.
But I think also like macam one of my biggest flaw is that like I always think too much about that particular idea till benda tu tak jadi. Like macam you know, like there's always nak buat ni, tapi kena buat ni dulu. Tapi nak buat ni, nak kena buat ni dulu. So it's always stopping me. And dulu bila like I was into music production and you know I felt like looking back like right now, I felt like I was chasing for something, but I didn't know what it is. Macam actually what, like if like say like a lot of people would say like I want to make it. What is the definition of making it? You know, like macam I think and macam a lot of us like my musician friends semua macam kita I don't know. I feel like most of us.
It's like if you were to put it into words, it's something like you want to have a goal, but you don't know what that goal is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and
not
then,
saying that like if you all are into music and you want to do music, like oh you all don't know what you're doing. No, it's just that I truly don't think we know what it is that we're
that you wanted
Yeah.
at that point in
you
time.
know?
lah.
maybe for us lah, right? I don't know what other people. But and I feel like I was chasing something for so long, and you know I think this year it's like 13th year of making music. You know,
Very
and,
long.
Yeah, and I think maybe 2 years back when the breakup happened and when a lot of things were happening at once, I took a break and I tried to like distance myself from people, and you know I just wanted to isolate myself, and you know just to like reflect, and I realized that you know I was chasing something for whatever it is, I was chasing it for a very long time, and then I stopped, and then I don't know where I am anymore. Like macam I sprinted so fast, and then I don't know where I am anymore. Like I don't know where my life is going. Macam you know what kind of life I want to live, and then so when we got back together, I feel like I'm starting to piece back, you know, the pieces.
So if I were to interject a bit, I want to ask you, what do you think was actually the turning point in your life? Because I've known you for quite a while.
Wow.
And I see a lot of differences in you. And to be honest, I am very proud of you. I'm very proud of where you are right now. And I want to know exactly at that turning point of your life, what was it that made you say that I think I can make it in this world?
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like music was something that I really, really loved, right? And I remember there was this one raya that I was, and I don't like rayas. Rayas is like you know, meeting people, and it's very
Trying to
difficult.
explain lah. It's
Very difficult for me. And so people who grew up with me like in my childhood, macam were my cousins. Wasn't close to them, but I feel like we grew up kind of like the same way. And so they are into music as well. And then one day they asked me, hey bro, I wanna make music. And I say, as what I would say to any other people who tell me like macam they want to buat music kan. So I say, okay bro, like where do you want to release this? Because it difference, right? Macam kalau nak release kat YouTube lain, kalau nak release kat Spotify lain. So dia cakap, release music. Like I just want to make music for fun. And I think that was, even though it was very such a simple moment, right? But it made me remember that I lost something. I lost what
something
I really
that you love,
something that I love, you know, when it maybe became a job or what, like macam I feel like a lot of things that I do in life, and at that point especially, like I lost heart in it. Like macam you know, it was just again trying to chase something, and then so that kind of woke me up. You know, that kind of like, okay, I want to do something that I would really be proud of, and I want to have music back as a hobby. You know, as something that I really love, as therapy. You know, yeah. So
yeah, I think I understand where you're coming from, because the fact that we all love music, right? But then it becomes a job that you the passion and the fire is kind of like burnt
Simmered.
out. Yeah, it's simmered, because when you have to do something as a job, and when you do something just because out of love, it's very different. Especially when you have like clients and you have so much responsibilities and deadlines and everything, it becomes daunting. And like you said, for 13 years, that's a long time, man.
Yeah.
And having that cycle again and again and again. And when music is actually something that you personally love.
Yeah, you shared that, you know, you started with AV and IT and whatnot.
Yeah.
And for you guys who don't know who Hairi Ice is,
Ya Allah.
he has done so many things in his portfolio to a point that I think maybe you can, you know, just add in some sugary words that, you know, he is so underrated.
He is.
He's talented.
His talent is
Immeasurable. To be
Immense,
honest, I think one of the things that I really loved about working with him, even from the start, so that was like 4 years ago, right? 4 or 5 years ago, was that as a producer, sometimes not all producers would want to listen to your vision or listen to your idea. Like, okay, you can tell them, okay, I kind of want like this, I kind of want it to sound like this, and they're macam, oh no, like I think this one better, or like I don't know lah, but they don't really listen to what you're trying to say.
Artist wants lah.
Yeah, to what the artist wants. And I think at the end of the day, he also give his inputs, but it's coming from a point where like I want to make your vision like come
true.
alive, you know. So I really like working with him because of that.
Yeah, you actually also made music with him also, right?
Yeah,
Like him as your producer.
Yeah, I guess for the first 2 years of our relationship, right, it was a lot of like cover making, music making, like a lot of that lah. But yeah.
I grew up in a family that that doesn't really look at, you know, being different is a good thing, you know.
Okay.
And then when I met Siti and I met her Satina, sorry, and I met Satina, and I met her mom and you know, her family, like. I was shocked, sir. I was
Was a culture shock a bit.
It was a culture shock because macam, okay, they grew up like she grew up in a way where, you know, they would go to auditions together. They would like macam, and then the dad has like macam
printed out posters.
Yeah.
And all.
Oh wow, like number one fan.
Yeah, like that.
Supportive family.
Yeah, very supportive.
Yeah. So that was really something that so she grew up to be somebody who's really is a believer, and it's very difficult as a different person, you know, growing up, you know, a complicated different person growing up. Like she has been really, you know, the number one supporter, number one believer. Yeah, but I love that she has the like rubrics or has like filters. Macam not every idea is a good idea, which
Cannot
is
be
I
too
love.
blindly optimistic also lah.
So when it comes to like content creation or what, right, like we argue so many times.
But it's all for the betterment of Sarah. We know that.
So when we finally agree on something, like, okay, I believe this is good. Sebab is, you know, is like not a lot of ideas go through.
Yeah.
It went through the both of us lah.
It's like you said, Hairi is a dreamer, right? But then you're the one who like, okay, pull him back to the earth lah.
And all this time, I thought I was the dreamer. I thought I was the one dreaming big until I met Hairi. Hairi dreams bigger.
He dreams extraordinarily.
Yeah, which I love. I always love people whose mindset is a little bit different from other people. Like the way they see the world is very different. I love people like that. So yeah, just a quick shout out to my mom, because I think my mom also has been very supportive, very patient in like throughout this entire Sarang journey. Like even when we pitched to her for the first time, I thought macam maybe she wouldn't really get it because it's a website, you know, she's quite old. Not that old, but quite old. I love you so much, Ma. But
Number one.
No, but really, like she's so patient, and like if we get to reap the rewards of Sarang Sayang or whatnot, right? Like a lot of it has to go to her because really,
Oh, yes.
even
restu,
until
restu
now,
ibu.
you know, yeah. Alhamdulillah
Yeah.
to have a family like that. So.
Okay, so you guys were together and then you broke up.
Oh yeah, yeah. So basically, I didn't answer the question, but
Yeah, I'm so
we
sorry,
broke
all
up.
over the place.
We broke up. We thought about what to do, and then so this Sarang Sayang platform, in a way, is kind of like solving our problem of the unreadiness, of the unpreparedness, and we want other people who are kind of going through what we went through to feel like this platform is there to help them as well. That's how it kind of got born lah in the first place.
Maybe if I were to put it in like a apa nama dia?
Apa tu?
Chronological? No?
not chronological.
Analogy.
Analogy.
Okay.
Yeah, we go.
She's the wife.
Yes.
So she knows. But
It's an analogy. It's like,
No.
hey. Okay, so analogy, right? Okay, so back then the young Satina and young Hairi, they met with each other. It's all about popular, it's all about music.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so the idea of love was already being clouded by all this stress of music, stress of work and whatnot. So it somehow rather if I were to put it bluntly, it's like there was sort of like an immaturity side.
Yeah, for sure.
In both of you.
For sure.
And then, because you weren't able to confront the problems that is being faced by the two of you, that's what brought you guys apart.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the time away from each other, which is, I feel that it must have happened for a reason. Because like you mentioned earlier on, it was the time when you guys took reflections on yourself.
Yeah.
You reflected a lot, self-development. So you grow as an individual. And then somehow rather jodoh lah kan, jodoh tak ke mana. InsyaAllah. So you guys found each other back as a different, I wouldn't say a different person, but an improved version of Satina,
for sure.
and improved version of Hairi.
Yeah.
One thing I really like learned during my time apart, right? I was reading this book, I forgot what Reclaim Your Heart, I think, something like that. And it said something like, everything that we have in life is a gift, right? From God, right? So everything that He gives you in your hands, He can also take away.
Betul.
Yes.
And it was so hard for me to like process that, but it's true, because the only thing that we're supposed to have fully in our hearts is like God lah, Allah, right?
Allah, yeah.
So the moment I came to terms with, okay, that means like rezeki, if it's meant for me, it's meant for me lah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad, like there are days where I just kept praying and praying and praying that like if Hairi is my jodoh, inshallah he will find his way back to me. And yeah, like alhamdulillah, I don't know, I still don't know, we don't know, nobody knows if he truly is my jodoh or not, but inshallah, and I'm really glad that God even brought us to this point lah. So, yeah.
If I were to ask you, because you together and then you putus tunang, right? And then you got back together, what would you say you did differently the second time round? Yeah. For your relationship lah.
Wow. I feel like
Hairi is a thinker guy.
So when he's quiet, right, it doesn't mean that there's nothing inside. He's actually thinking.
We actually saw it happening
Correct.
on cast also a few times. So sometimes they were talking and suddenly you see Hairi just like stoning.
Yeah.
And suddenly, but guys.
Yeah. So if you don't know Hairi, that's Hairi for you. Maybe I can answer first.
Yeah, sure.
Before you answer. I think we treat each other with a lot more patience now. A lot more. If we thought we understood each other before, like we are really trying our best to understand each other more now. Yeah. There are things that I felt like I just didn't understand why he did, But over time, the more we talk it out, the more we can just like open up. Yeah, I guess it's just a bit more patience and understanding, I guess.
I think for me, I think like it's a matter of maybe last time kita macam tak ada goalpost itu, macam tak ada direction, right? So
because we were really happy, like to the point where kita lupakan everything, like our responsibilities, our everything lah. Okay, just know that we forget everything and we were just in our own world of like music, of like lepak every day, like macam and I truly not say regret. Everything happens for a reason. But yeah, it was definitely a lesson.
Just to share, like when my dad passed away, and then a few weeks later, like I think a week later, like I had a dream of my dad, and I saw my dad, right? And when I'm dreaming, I don't know whether people can relate. When I'm dreaming, I cannot figure out that I'm dreaming. I feel like people kalau orang cerita macam, oh yeah, I know I'm dreaming. I don't relate to you guys. But yeah, so I don't know. And I forgot that. At that point, I forgot that my dad passed away, right? So I saw my dad, and then okay, like we're in the mall or whatever, and then I went to hug my dad, and then my dad was so sad. Like his face was so sad, and he said to me, "Bila nak balik?" And that I woke up crying because at that point, like, you know, I was living somewhere else, to be honest. Like I wasn't at home.
In the studio.
I had a studio, and then you know a windowless studio, right? It's just a square box, and then like
That's not metaphorical lah. It's literally no window in that studio.
Yeah. and like studios, kalau music studio kita ada macam the sound foams, and it really looks like a mental illness punya
Institute.
Yeah, institute.
All you need is a jacket.
Yeah. So macam, you know, like at that point I feel like I was really aimless. Maybe some of my other music friends, dorang ada a goal, maybe, you know, but for me, music being something that I just love, you know, like I don't know, man.
Perhaps would you consider that at the current point in time, music for you was like an escape from reality?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was like therapy for me, you know. Yeah, like you know, expressing yourself or whatever. Yeah.
So how did you find back the ground?
A break, honestly, like macam, you know, focusing on other things, and only doing music when you are inspired, you know, and not trying to craft out something with a blank software.
Like you're squeezing a dry sponge.
Yeah.
Oh, my analogy is on point.
Yeah.
On point.
So
yeah. I feel like, you know, people orang suka cakap macam, if you don't love yourself, right, how could you love another person? Do you think that has something to do with the situation that you were in? Because you were feeling so lost, you know, like you said, aimless, and then but then you have a partner next to you, but you can't seem to pour out.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a really good point. Like macam there was, I think, why I wanted to, what contributed to the Putus Tunang is also like macam, okay, I can't even jaga diri sendiri, right? And I know how difficult I am. Like I know how complicated I am, you know. But how can I jaga anak orang lain, you know? Yeah, so that was in my mind a lot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
we didn't really answer the question of like what's different now. Like,
What's different now?
Yeah, but now you are in a better place, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the goalpost lah.
The goalpost,
You have a direction
The
now,
goalpost
right?
is dah ada goal lah
Yeah,
sekarang.
the goal. Yes.
I see that.
I feel like doing Sarang Sayang also helps you guys.
For
Like you
sure.
said, like you help. It helps you in regards of your personal life, as in like macam having a direction, and the fact that you are actually helping people. Right, it helps you feel like, okay, I'm doing something. I'm actually doing something good, and the fact that you guys are working together, I feel like everything heals lah. Like you both heal.
In a way, sometimes when working together, there will be arguments.
Yeah.
Not just about
Loud, yeah.
dengan cepat ni.
Dengan cepat, you said it with a little too much certainty, Hari.
A little too fast too.
Okay. Sorry. But yes, I mean, in any relationship there will always be arguments, right? But I would say the difference right now between the two of you is that yes, there is sarang sayang, but now you're arguing for a cause. Back then you're probably arguing of who's right.
Yeah, and plus macam kita were around each other so much, like almost every day kita jumpa, right? That sometimes like, what are we even arguing for? Like, you know, after a while you just nak cari pasal. And I know that sounds like a married people problem, but yeah, in terms of our story, macam we really spend a lot of time with each other. So yeah, you're right. Now I guess all our arguments are directed towards sarang sayang, but for a better cause.
Yeah, to make it better, how you want to improve sarang sayang. So if you take whatever that you've been pouring into sarang sayang, and then we can macam couples therapy lah ni.
We appreciate it.
Like, okay, for example, like, because you want to make sarang sayang better for the people, so you argue about no, this is better. In a sense, what you are practicing is something that you can actually practice on your own relationship as well as currently, you know, future husband and wives, because there is something that we do as well. About sometimes we argue over something, we are disagreeing on something, and then we come up with, okay, what is the problem? For example, maybe cara kita berbual, how we talk to each other. So that is the problem.
I like that.
How do we then address this issue? For example, for saya is coding issue ke, I want this place here ke, that is the problem. But how then do we address it as a couple? In terms of, for example, our communication skills. So that's where we actually look at each other and say, no, okay, this is what I don't like about how you talk to me when you're angry. Okay, there's different outputs of anger. If you're angry, you want to release it at the top, or you want to simmer it down first and then slowly pour out the hot water. Lagi analogy lagi kan?
So good.
Young with analogy.
So in a way, we have to address whatever problems that we have in terms of how we communicate with each other. Because like you said also, now you guys are communicating on a much more deeper level.
With more patience.
So
understanding.
that shows a lot of growth in individuality as well as how you guys are together as a couple. Wow.
Yantology.
Anthology.
Oh my God.
So good.
Another day, another Yantology.
My question just popped out. It's gone now.
Oh no. Oh, so that's why you're making that face. Because I thought like you figured something out, but no.
You wanted to ask the question?
Yeah.
What question?
Because that was so amazing.
Yantology.
Okay. Now that your mind is in a better place, right? Wait, what was the question?
It's okay.
What's my question?
I guess I remembered, Hairi told me like at one point during that breakup phase that he said macam he doesn't really have a lot of good relationship examples, like good marriage examples, for example. But like, you guys are definitely up there for us. So to me, it was really important that like eventually Hairi met you guys. Like eventually we all became friends because I wanted him to see that it exists. Like the world can get pretty dark. The things that people do behind the scenes, we don't know. But like for you guys, I know you guys probably have your own fights and all, but the love is so pure. The respect that you guys have for each other as well is something to admire incredibly. So we really look to you guys like as inspiration lah. Kita punya don't touch.
Okay.
Like that.
Alah, cute-nya. Dah ingat?
Belum. It's gone, guys. Okay.
So of course, memang the most important thing that we need to learn from Hairi and Satina's story is, of course, mistakes can be made. We are humans. Kita bukan sempurna. We will make mistakes in our life.
I remember already.
Okay,
Nice.
go.
Okay, no, Hairi, now that you are in a better mental space, right?
Alright.
Do you feel now that you are more ready? Do you still feel scared? Because just now he was saying about you not having, Satina was saying about you not having good examples, and that was part of the fear, right? So now that you're in a better place, and alhamdulillah, your relationship is also in a good place, and with
And you
a
have
good,
us in your life, gitu.
For sure.
sarang sayang with good intentions and everything. Like, how are you feeling right now?
I'm definitely more macam in a I get for lack of a better word, it's more a more tawakal state of mind, right? But I feel like there's still a fear of knowing that people change every day. Okay, so we really don't know what's gonna happen in the future, and macam I just hope and pray that whatever happens in the future, like we are strong enough to go through it lah.
Yeah.
I think that's the only fear, the fear of not knowing what's coming. Yeah.
What's great about this journey right now is that y'all are listening to this podcast at a point where they know that we dah break up, now they're back together. Sayang happen. There's a chance that we'll come back on the podcast and maybe we'll get married by then. Like we don't know. So inshallah. Yeah, so we'll see. But it's nice to go through this journey with you guys. With them also kind of.
Yes, it's been a journey lah. Like seeing you guys in your relationship. Like I'm being a friend of Satina, right?
Okay, guys, my name is Siti Nur Afika.
Why Satina?
The name Satina came about because it's a combination of all the women in my household. So Sir as in Marisa, which is my sister, T as in Tina, and Na as in T as in Siti, and Na as in Tina, and my stepmom who is Lina. So Satina came about. But I think I've done a great job at convincing people that my name is Satina because no one calls me Siti anymore. But other than the ones who grew up with me lah, right? So yeah, my name is Siti actually, but yeah, Satina nama glamour.
Yeah.
Nama glam,
But
yeah.
as being your friend, I saw you at the lowest of lows, and now you slowly climbing back up. And then of course kita manusia, then we falter, then we fall back again. But to see you just keep on reconnecting with God and like macam having faith and like having such a positive outlook, healthier relationship, and like and your goal for Sarang Sayang is like everything is going in the right direction. And as a friend, I'm so proud of you lah. Alhamdulillah, inshallah.
Yeah, I guess even during that period of time during the breakup, right, I didn't want to do any nonsense. You know, like I didn't want to date around. I didn't want to waste time. And the only thing that really got me going or like kept me macam lifted, right? Oh, it's two different things. Lifted and grounded. But I guess macam kept hope lah.
Hope.
Okay? Was my faith. Really, really like just praying every day was the only thing that got me by every single day. But on top of that, I had a really good support system as well lah. Like you guys for sure.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
So guys, here you have it. There you go. The
Okay,
story
can I just
Sarang
put
Sayang.
one more analogy?
Yes.
Sure.
Because
The anthology.
it's been in my head ever since Hairi said about, because I want to address about you said you had a fear of change, kan? And it's a fear that the rational fear of the unknown. Humans fear what they do not know, which is the future for sure. But I feel that as human beings, as Islam, as Muslims in this world, this current dunya, what we can do is we need to berusaha also. Okay? And if we to put it in an analogy, if we talk about a river flows in the direction that it's meant to be. So that's where our life is, kan? But if you want to change the path of a river, it happens either in two ways. Either there's a accident happen, the apa nama dia? The canal pecah ke, and then it breaks into a different path, then the river change directions. So how then, as us humans, how we do is, how we want to change the river flow is, of course, we have to berusaha. How we put rocks, we change the direction. So we can do whatever that we can. We can do whatever that we want to do to change our direction of our lives. If you want to make it negative, you can always say, I want to make my life negative. You can do it. Then it goes for the same to making our life positive as well. So we put in our efforts to make our life as positive as possible. Then even that time, siapa nama dia? Hilmi kan, share about Nur. Niat kita apa, usaha kita apa, and then last time is the redha.
And restu lah, restu Allah and restu your parents.
Restu. So we really we do our part that we can do. That is within our own hands. So that for us, we say, okay, I want to change my future for the better. We lay our stones on the ground, we lay our path, and then we let God push us to the directions.
Isn't that, we've had this conversation before, but isn't our religion super calming?
Yeah.
Like macam the idea of, okay, you do what you need to do, you put in the work, you put in your niat, you don't need to worry about anything. Like if you dapat is meant for you. If you tak dapat, then it's not meant for you lah.
Then just lay another path.
And it's so calming. You know? So,
And another thing that just popped into my mind is Jufri also said like macam it impacted me a lot lah. That's why I feel like I'm holding on dearly to it. He said macam when you angkat your tangan and doa to Allah is, you don't ask for a solution, because in your position right now, maybe the fear of the unknown and so many stress factors in Sarang Sayang, Sarang Sayang, your personal relationship, your personal punya development growth, your challenges, right? There's so many fear, right? So instead of asking Allah for a solution, just ask Allah for strength.
That's nice. On the topic of
strength,
another person, like another influencer or another macam figure. Don, right? Don, I remember like early into making Sarang Sayang, I remember watching a video of his. Shout out Don, Johnny. He said something like starting your own business is such a spiritual journey, right? And the both of us fully grasped that while doing Sarang Sayang, because this time round, it's not a 9 to 5 anymore. Our rezeki isn't coming in every month. Like knowing that it's going to come in every month and all that, it's not. So this time round, you really need to hold to your niat, hold to your faith, and push through.
Yakin yang Allah akan beri you jalan, beri you rezeki.
Yes.
Wow,
Things
Masya
we
Allah.
needed to hear lah, right? Along the way. So.
This is the kind of things that we talk about lah whenever kita sampai subuh kan. We talk about our midlife crisis, about religion, about all this stuff. Masya Allah.
And we're so grateful to have people that we can talk about this
for
with.
sure, for sure.
Alhamdulillah.
For sure, bro.
So I mean, of course, before we end the podcast, I want to say to
Finish already?
Huh?
Okay.
We can go on. We will go on off cast.
Got you.
That the area at the back there.
Got you.
Yeah, but of course, for Satina and for Hairi, don't even if you fear the challenges that's coming in the future, do know that both of us are here for you.
Yes.
And we will always be here for you. So if you are fearing something, just give us a call. Say, guys, we need your support.
Guys, aku takut lah guys.
Yeah.
But yes,
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
But yeah, we really appreciate it. And it's the same with us
Thank you,
as well.
guys.
Anytime,
Inshallah.
anytime.
Okay, so guys, don't remember pula. Remember, don't forget. Don't forget to keep a lookout on your social. Please follow them on Instagram and TikTok at Sarang Sayang SG, is it?
Sarang Sayang SG on Instagram and on TikTok. On our website, sarangsayang.com.
Yeah, sarangsayang.com. For those of you who are planning to get married, or for those wedding vendor who are looking to being featured,
Featured
exposed on sarangsayang.com, please just email them, give them a DM, and
Yes. Then for those of you who are looking for houses pula, you can contact Sri Kandi Associates at 8788-3559.
Yes,
Okay.
and follow them on Instagram at srikandi.associates.
Yes. So before we go, just one more time. 1, 2, not that one. 1, 2, 3. Sarangsayang.com.
Asal semua tak link ni?
Tak salah. But you press, this is my place. You don't press. So we'll be back with our ladies from Sri Kandi, selling solutions, not promises. Don't go anywhere.
Sri Kandi, jangan tak jadi.
Alright, we are back again with our ladies from Sri Kandi Associates, Ira and Ira. Yeah, Ira. Yes, tadi kita dah before this you all ada soalan untuk kita
Yeah. So we want to ask you, which one do you think you should do first? Buying or selling of property?
Okay, from my knowledge I baca dulu, kalau kita beli dulu, kita kena bayar ABSD. ABSD apa tu?
Additional buyer stamp duty.
Pasal second property kan. Pasal I know HDB kita cuma boleh beli satu je. Tapi kalau technically we are buying another property, that means kita kena bayar ABSD lah kan.
Yeah, but because HDB knows.
Tak tahu apa-apa.
Because HDB knows that you can only buy one property.
Okay.
So when you buy, katakan you this house bila dah MOP, you want to buy first before you sell.
Okay.
So HDB memang tahu apa, you have to sell this house to keep that house.
Right.
So you have a grace period to sell the house.
So kita boleh cari rumah dulu.
Boleh.
I tak tahu.
I thought myself first.
Kan?
Dia subjective. You can sell first or you can buy first. But when you buy first, you have to sell off your unit within a certain period of time lah. So of course, buy first there's a risk. Sell first also there's a risk.
Okay, maybe I try to think maybe you say, what is the risk of kita beli dulu?
What
do you
you
think?
tanya I?
I
What
tanya
is
you.
the risk of beli dulu? Beli dulu maybe you dah beli tapi tak ada you beli dulu.
Pasal tadi Ira kata you have to sell your house within a certain time period.
Correct.
Apakah cabaran tu?
So kalau rumah tu tak terjual macam mana?
That's the risk. That's number one.
Yeah.
Kalau kita jual dulu,
apa dia punya risk? Kalau jual dulu tak tahu. You lah.
kalau jual dulu, the risk probably would be kalau tak jumpa rumah and then the seller for the house that we chose ada masalah, nanti kita pula tak ada rumah nak stay. Pasal
I a bit selengah sikit pasal property ni semua. Sebab tu I perlu kasihkan dia associates ya.
Yes, of course.
I blank. Okay,
so apa ni?
If you buy first, the main question is, one of the main questions is the payment lah.
Payment.
Because when you belum jual, so your CPF belum balik. to your account,
right.
and then your loan is still outstanding. You already have a loan, right? So you cannot activate that loan first.
Oh ya. Ya, tak ya. So I think apa ni? So I think planning and the timeline is also very important lah kan.
Yeah. Because bila nak, like you say, kalau nak beli second house tu, you need to sell your house within a certain timing. Then what are the conditions that will make you want to buy a house first before you sell the house?
Okay. Dia macam gini. Okay, for my case, I do have people who buy first.
Okay.
Okay, option a house first, then they sell after that.
Oh.
I do have cases where I sell out the house first,
Then they find out.
then they find house.
Okay.
So the risk, we talk about the risk lah.
Okay.
Okay, so when you buy first, okay, say you dah option satu rumah, okay, then after that you proceed to market your house to sell.
Okay.
The risk is orang tak beli. Okay, timeline dia akan lari, and if there's a certain time period that you cannot sell, that means you have to depreciate your price already.
Depreciate the selling price to make sure someone buy the house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The risk is there.
The risk,
I'm
okay.
not saying it's confirmed, but the risk is there when you buy first.
Right.
Then okay, this happened that time I belum jadi agent lah. Okay, so my neighbour bawah my house, dia beli isi.
Okay,
Dia
easy.
beli isi. Then dia nak kena jual rumah dia apa?
Right.
Okay, tak orang beli.
Oh,
Tak orang beli.
because whatever reasons
For
lah.
whatever reasons, I don't know lah.
Okay.
Okay. The owner depreciate the house by 100,000.
Banyak tu.
Kan?
Wow.
Kan?
Yeah.
Terpaksa lah sebab tak ada orang nak beli.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that pre-COVID, the prices to appreciate and depreciate, memang it takes a long time for it to really reach that stage. From what I understand in terms of housing prices.
I would say stagnant lah.
Stagnant,
Stagnant lah.
Tapi kalau macam gitu, then it will affect your buying also because you have $100,000 less.
In terms of the CPF,
Yeah.
Maybe, okay, most likely it will affect your cash also lah.
cash proceeds.
Put it this way, if you buy first, that means your purchasing fund is actually very healthy. Okay, I would say healthy lah. But there are a certain way to sell and buy. Ada kalanya ada orang boleh buy, okay, complete their buy first, okay, because their purchasing power is very healthy with loan, with whatever CPF they have currently.
It's
Okay,
affordable to get a second house.
correct.
Okay.
Without using the funds from their sell, they can actually go and buy first.
Okay. Faham.
Okay, they complete their buy, then they proceed to sell. But like what I say lah, they have a timeline to sell. By cukup masa tu, kau tak dapat jual tu, you must somehow sell lah. We put it this way.
Mungkin ada kerugian, but because they already have the purchasing power, it will affect more of their CPF punya end result lah, in a sense. Is it?
Something like maybe cash proceeds and such or whatever lah. Okay.
Okay, faham.
But the thing is, there's another scenario where you buy and sell concurrently.
Okay.
Okay,
Is it
concurrently means you buat the transaction sama-sama tau.
Okay.
Okay, you sell and buy tu at the same time. Tapi mana you nak kena proceed dulu? Rasa nak jual dulu ataupun kita cari rumah dulu? Dah option satu rumah, baru kita market you punya rumah. So I got cases where kita beli dulu, kita option satu rumah, because my seller turn buyer, they got a certain criteria to follow. Nak kena dekat dengan sekolah anak, nak kena high floor, nak kena ni, nak kena ni.
So they found the perfect house lah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But must make sure, okay. But when I vet right, ni rumah boleh jual.
Okay. Good house to sell.
Yes.
Lah. Marketable lah.
Yes, correct.
okay.
Marketable. True enough. We option, I market weekend, that weekend also jual.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Memang good place lah.
I would say lah. So as an agent, we will know, is it good to buy first or is it good to sell first?
Yeah. Right,
You know, because we are here to advise you see. So the thing is, I also got unit. Okay, put it this way, semua unit boleh jual. Okay, it's a matter of when, it's a matter of how much. Okay, so the thing is, if the unit I rasa okay, maybe need time lah.
Right.
Okay, korang jangan commit beli dulu lah. Nanti dulu. So dah ada option, baru korang cari rumah. Jadi kita boleh buat kita punya sell and buy to HDB sama-sama. So jadi korang punya completion pun somewhere there. Jadi you can transition safely from your selling unit to your buying unit.
Right.
Especially for those yang no temporary place to stay.
Yeah.
That one timeline mesti cun-cun.
Kena cun-cun lah.
Kena
So,
cun-cun.
kalau dia terlajak sikit je, ada chance tidur bawah bridge lah.
It's not easy, because kita jual lain. Kita beli pun, the unit kita beli pun, their seller also they got their own criteria.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes I feel that for me, kalau I nak cari unit untuk my seller, okay, I will lay out my buyer doing this on his own. Boleh tak boleh? Oh, tak boleh commit. Okay, then we find the unit.
Okay.
I mean, no point lah kan kita tengok unit tapi you know the terms and conditions are not there.
Yeah.
So no point lah. Apa benda tu?
Betul.
Oh, tak.
Kettle.
Oh, kettle. Okay.
Terperanjat tiba titik. Yeah. So what would you say is your advice untuk jual ataupun beli rumah this whole
Okay,
time?
different people, okay, different profile got different profile.
Propeller
Different client,
It depends on the
different.
client lah.
Yes, correct.
okay.
We have to come and see. We have to talk to them to know. Different client, different
timeline, characteristics, factors.
sometimes they do have a place to stay,
Right.
temporary.
So it doesn't really affect that much.
So to per se sell or buy first is very up to our clientele. We have to vet their situation to see which one is the best move forward. Kita kan ada.
Betul.
Kau kita lah.
Exactly. Sri Kandi Associates will always be there to help you guide and make the best decision for your timeline. Jadi kau jangan sembarang-sembarang tak sembarang tiba-tiba kena paksa tidur bawah bridge. Things like that lah kan.
Asyik kena tidur bawah
Betul,
bridge,
betul.
kesian.
Pasal Singapore tak boleh, destitute tak boleh. Nanti kena tangkap polis. Betul tak?
So, contact Sri Kandi Associates at 8788-3559.
Yes, ataupun jangan lupa follow mereka di Instagram at srikandi.associates. Please go and follow them so that you don't miss out on any updates from them.
Yes. Sri Kandi, selling solutions and
Not
not
promises.
promises.
Right, with that, let's wrap it up. We've come to the end of another episode of Outside In.
If you like what you hear, please follow us on all our socials, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify and YouTube.
Yes, and also jangan lupa follow mereka srikandi.associates so that you can learn more about property from them and also share with your friends and family members. Jadi kita semua boleh belajar sama-sama, insyaAllah. Till next time, Assalamualaikum.
Sama-sama.